much like yourselves, who woke up one morning, much like this morning, got in a car with his grandmother, thought it was just a normal, everyday, get in the car and go out. And there were things that happened that day that changed the course of events for his entire family. And we still do things today to think back to that day. And I believe that at this time of the year, with proms taking place, and just in general, with things I see with kids around the building and out on the roads and on the parking lot, this is a worthwhile 25 minutes. So, this is about an individual that you don't know, you may have heard of, but this person was here, this person was much like you. And 10 years ago, Miss Bebo actually had this student in her homeroom. And so, I'm going to turn it over to her now, and you're going to get a sense of what's going to happen today. And I just want you to sit here, put your books away, I want you to listen, and I want you to watch, and I want you to think about, all right, the next 20 minutes. Miss Bebo.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm going to talk to you for just a few minutes about why you're here today. You guys all remember March Madness. We had the basketball games to raise money for the Taylor Cunningham Scholarship and for the Joey Baseman Scholarship. You probably know a lot more about the Taylor Cunningham Scholarship because of all the work Mrs. Cunningham does at the middle school. Taylor and Joey both died in car crashes in 2005. Taylor was a senior, Joey was a freshman. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Joey today. Joey was a goofy, happy freshman who used to hang out in my homeroom in the morning with his friends. They were all in my first period class. It was pretty loud in 112 those mornings. Joey was always joking around, jumping around. He was pretty hyper. But on November 8th, when I got to school, there was an announcement that teachers had to meet in the library immediately. There we were told that Joey was dead. He had been killed the afternoon before on his way home from school. He and his grandmother died on the scene when a car heading the other way on York Road at Tree crossed the double yellow line to pass a slower moving car. The problem was she crossed on the crest of a hill. She was speeding in the wrong lane and hit them head on. I am so thankful that you have never had to hear the words that I had to speak to my homeroom the morning after Joey died. I watched while part of my students died that day too. They cried, they struggled for a long time, but they pulled together and they made sure that Joey would not be forgotten. They made t-shirts that said, "Be Joey-like." They held fundraisers, and they organized March Madness and carried it on for years. When they graduated, they passed a roll of duct tape down the line right before they walked through that long aisle at graduation. And they taped Joey's initials on their graduation caps. At the speech that the senior valedictorian gave at graduation, she said, "Joey will not once walk across this stage. No, he will walk across this stage 270 times." One of the lasting gifts that Joey gave us is his final entry in his English journal. A few hours before his death, Joey wrote, "Nowadays, everyone is always in a hurry. Nobody takes the time to stop and smell the roses. If everyone was happy like me, there wouldn't be any problems." Joey's gone, but we can all learn from how he lived his life. In these final months of the school year, let's take our time. Let's enjoy the time that we have with our friends and family. Let's stop and smell the roses. Let's be happy. Let's be Joey-like. Thank you.
Good morning. At the time that Joey died, the band director here at Hereford High School was Mark Zielinski, and he and Chris Bennett, the band director at the middle school, decided to commission a work to be composed in Joey's memory. When When you commission a work, it means you hire a composer to write for a specific time and for a specific group. So out of Joey's tragedy in 2007 came a work called Chorus Angelorum, meaning choir of angels, that was written by Samuel Hazo, who's a very prolific and famous band composer. At that time, to pay for the commission, the band decided they did not want to go on any trips, they did not want any field trips, and they did not want any new equipment. They wanted to put all their funds towards the composition, and that's what they did. And they worked tirelessly to learn this work in 2 weeks. They worked before school, they worked after school, they did evenings, they had all their enrichments, everything they could to learn this work. I can tell you that's quite a feat because we've been working on this piece of music for several months. I'd like to read you a little bit from the composer about this work. Chorus Angelorum explores the concept of how beautiful a song an angelic choir would sing. The very first composition symbolizes the last moment of hope.
So, I do it better. The very first note you are about to hear will symbolize Joey and his grandmother's last breath, the last breath they take here on earth, and the first breath they will take going into the next world. The composition goes on from there to state a chorus of angels, the choir song, the angel song. Then it's played around a few times, it's written into a fugue, and where the angels sing about how they are taking 2 souls up into heaven. There will be a huge climax and then a large break in the middle. And right after that large break, the chamber choir will join the instrumentalists on stage to sing the angel's song one last time. What the composer wants you to know when you hear that song is that it is played and sung for the final time to remind us that the love we have been given by others stays in us even after they are gone. And that reuniting with them is only a thought or a dream away. And I just want to reiterate what you've heard today about these decisions. It was just one poor decision by the driver coming in the opposite direction that stole 2 lives here. So we get the opportunity to make decisions every day. And I want you to think about this piece, listen with a very open mind, think about the people sitting next to you and how it would feel if they weren't sitting next to you, just because of a poor decision. It's an honor to play this for you today.
everybody. So, I'm Stevie Gervasilis. I'm the president of the senior class this year. And we put this all together because we know with prom coming up in the summertime. Oops, sorry. So, we just wanted to make a point that every decision counts in life, alright? And you never know when the last one is going to happen. And I really want to stress to the juniors with prom coming up, we all know what goes on. Just make smart decisions, alright? We don't want to make another music piece for somebody you lose, alright, in our community. This was 10 years ago, but it happened at Hereford, alright? Most people are wearing superhero costumes today, but we're all really not invincible. It's not the truth. Life is real, and just make smart decisions. And thanks again to the choir and the chamber orchestra for playing that.